This is a Channel 2 News Brief.
Good evening, I'm Paul Lindman.
And I'm Jeff Gianola. Snow is falling in parts of Portland tonight. David Apple will tell us if it'll stick.
Unrest in the Bethel School District near Eugene as teachers get ready to walk out in the morning.
Screening for colon cancer can save your life. Tonight, we'll tell you how to get a free test kit.
And consumer reporter Randy Ripplinger looks at the best locks for keeping the burglars out of your house.
Channel 2 News at 11. We'll see you in 25 minutes.
Up next on Channel 2 News, snow in Portland's higher elevations tonight is making it tough for drivers.
The first teacher strike in Oregon this year is about to get underway.
Screening for colon cancer may save your life. Tonight we'll tell you how to get a free test kit.
And protecting your home could depend on the locks you use in tonight's Consumer Reports. A look at the different locks available.
Those stories and more coming up next.
Show your support for the Oregon Symphony. Be a part of this year's Silver Silhouette, the 25th anniversary fashion show to benefit the Oregon Symphony Orchestra, Thursday, February 15th. As a guest, you'll enjoy a formal fashion show of the best new looks for spring 1990, as well as a pre-show luncheon. Show-only tickets available at all Nordstroms, or for ticket information, call the Oregon Symphony Women's Association.
Are you using the right part of your body for sex?
Tomorrow on AM Northwest, we'll hear how utilizing the right side of the brain can actually improve a listless love life.
Find out how to overcome boredom by acting out your own sexual fantasies without inhibition.
Our morning gourmet Horst Mager joins us to prepare a vegetarian strudel.
And Goodwill decorator Debbie Clunas adds the finishing touches to a secondhand treasure. Join us at 9.
When my oldest daughter was about 2.5 years old, I hit her. Sometimes at night I still see the blood on my hands.
I have 3 kids of my own too. I would never think about beating them. Never. I mean, I feel bad when I spank them sometimes, but there's a difference between discipline
Is there?
and spanking. Yes, there is.
There's
yes.
a lot.
Public outcry over child abuse on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
Tuesday at 4 on KATU.
In the spirit of the Northwest, covering Oregon and Southwest Washington, this is Channel 2 News at 11. With Jeff Gianola and Julie Emery, David Apple, Steve Arena, and the entire Channel 2 News team. Substituting while Julie's on maternity leave is Paul Lindman.
Good evening, everybody. Snow is falling in parts of the Portland area tonight.
Motorists in the West Hills are being warned to drive carefully. This was the scene on Southwest Burnside around Barnes Road just a few minutes ago. People were chaining up, traffic at a standstill as drivers spin their wheels trying to make it up over the hills. There were similar situations reported in Sylvan and on Highway 26. And right now, David Apple is standing by with the Weather Center forecast. David.
We have had a lot of weather watchers calling us in the past few minutes, Paul, and the word is snow is falling at the higher elevations. We've had some reports of snow, of course, as you just saw in the West Hills. Also, the coastal range getting clobbered. Sunset Summit, Wilson River Highway, thunderstorms and hail and some snow. Tomorrow morning, well, I'd advise kind of an early start on the traffic rush tomorrow morning. We'll still see some showers in the local area mixed with snow, and that could make that morning commute a rough one. So a little words to the wise is sufficient. Get off about a half an hour early off to work, and we'll update the forecast a little bit later and see how Mother Nature's doing.
Find out more later, David. Thank you.
Oregon's first teacher strike of the school year could begin tomorrow morning in the Eugene area. The Bethel School District and the Teachers Union have been meeting for the last 12 hours in hopes of averting the strike. 4,000 students will be affected, even though the school promises to continue classes. Rallies were held to prepare the kids for a possible walkout.
A lot of the students are wondering what's going to happen if they don't cross the picket line. That's the biggest question right now, because a lot of students, their parents won't let them cross the line.
The strike centers on salaries and benefits. Teachers say their wages are far below the Eugene and Springfield school districts. And teachers in McMinnville say they'll strike if they aren't offered a better contract. Teachers say they'll walk off the job Thursday if no agreement is reached. Both sides, which have been at odds for more than a year, meet tomorrow with the state mediator. The key issues include classroom overcrowding, discipline problems, and teacher salaries. If teachers do walk off the job, the district would attempt to reopen Friday morning with replacement teachers.
A judge will decide tomorrow if the nation's largest fast food chain has a case against Portland's ban on plastic foam containers. McDonald's restaurants and several other companies were in court today trying to overturn the city's new law. The law doesn't allow the use of polystyrene at takeout restaurants. Portland's task force had concluded the ban on those containers would make the city's landfill problem even worse, but the judge said he wasn't sure why his opinion should prevail over the city council's decision. A recall effort against Multnomah County Commissioner Rick Bauman is in full swing. Today, the Citizen Safety Committee filed an intent to recall Bauman in the primary. They're upset because of Bauman's proposed ordinance tightening restrictions on assault weapons and his lack of support on jail levies.
Mr. Bauman is out of touch with his constituents. The Multnomah County Citizen Safety Committee and the voters of District 3 have no alternative but to remove him from the office of County Commissioner.
I think what they're trying to do is intimidate people into trying to allow them to go on their merry way. The problem with their merry way is 100 people a year in Multnomah County die because of guns.
About 7,700 valid signatures are needed to get the recall proposal on the May ballot.
The door of North Salem High School will remain closed tomorrow following an arson fire. Workers are busy cleaning up after the weekend fire, which caused extensive smoke and water damage. Vandals broke into the school Saturday night, breaking windows and destroying equipment. 2 15-year-old boys were arrested Sunday and have been charged with arson and burglary. Salem police say boredom may have been a motive in the fire. School is set to reopen Wednesday morning. And investigators say they'll release their findings tomorrow concerning a fire that killed 2 children in Northeast Portland. The Saturday morning fire killed a 3-year-old girl and her 4-year-old brother. Jim Hyde reports their parents are trying to cope with the tragedy.
Firefighters arrived too late to save the 2 children who died in this house on Northeast Garfield Avenue early Saturday. Investigators are still trying to determine what started the fire, but they know it began in the back bedroom and asphyxiated 3-year-old Tiara Williams and her 4-year-old brother Terry before the smoke and flame awakened their aunt and cousin upstairs. There was no smoke detector in the house. The fire that took the lives of Terry and Tiara Williams was extinguished quickly, but the hurt their parents are feeling will take much longer to heal. First, the parents must find the money to bury their children and then get on with their lives.
I don't think it'll ever be behind us. The memory will always be there. But our main concern is getting the children buried properly.
Terry Williams and Renee Fair say they have no money or insurance to cover the expenses. He's now staying with his mother. They've called relatives for help, and at least one agency is assisting them.
Red Cross said that they'll help. They're going to get the card that the kids is to be in. They're going to do that. They're going to pay for the memory cards. And then they said after we pay some of the money on it, then they'll try to do some too.
The couple can be contacted through the Red Cross in Portland. The funeral for Terry Williams Jr. and his sister will be Thursday morning at 11 a.m. in the Vancouver Avenue First Baptist Church in North Portland. Jim Hyde, Channel 2 News.
Authorities are still trying to find the person who abandoned a newborn infant in Vancouver. Baby Joe, as he is called, is about 3 days old. He was discovered in a paper bag near the emergency entrance to Southwest Washington Medical Center Saturday. Vicki Morrow almost drove over the child and told Channel 2 News she'd like to adopt him.
I just know that deep down in my heart, this is a special baby. And I'd love to have the opportunity to raise that special baby.
Washington Children's Services says it's premature to talk about adoption while authorities are still searching for the natural parents. Meantime, baby Joe is expected to go to a foster family tomorrow.
Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev is calling for major political changes in his country's Communist Party. In his opening speech before the Communist Party Central Committee, Gorbachev said the Communist Party should give up its absolute lock on power in the Soviet Union. Gorbachev cites the growing pro-democracy movement sweeping Eastern Europe as one reason to change to a multi-party system. Those comments are angering hardline party members who don't want to see an end to the 70-year communist system. The debate continues tomorrow, and Nightline will have more on Gorbachev's announcement right after tonight's newscast.
And still ahead on Channel 2 News, Paula Gunnis begins a special series on colon cancer. We'll tell you how to get your own test for life.
And protecting your home against burglars. In tonight's Consumers Report, we'll look at name brand locks.
If you want to be more Italian, you start with the walk. Automatically, you're saying things like, yo, absolutely.
Brought to you by Tony's Frozen Pizza.
A real slice of Italian life.
To demonstrate the new Kick the Habit gradual smoking withdrawal system, we're comparing nicotine to the grasp of a beast. But with the Kick the Habit level 1 filter, your nicotine intake is reduced. You'll feel more like this. In a week, switch to level 2. The grasp of nicotine is reduced even more. Week 3, level 3. Now you're ready to quit. And the monkey's off your back. Kick the Habit, the gradual smoking withdrawal system.
Solid things. Pride. Dedication. Anderson windows and patio doors are built to stand the test of time.
Through the cold and snow, through the years of rain, from the plains of the Dakotas to the coast of Maine. Anderson, build your dreams of solid things. We'll build tomorrow in. Come home to quality. Come home to Anderson.
Russia is left in a state of wonderment. A disturbance in a Japanese suburb. Gulf Breeze, Florida has hundreds of encounters.
And I looked out to see a cylindrical object.
Not in 25 years have there been more dramatic reports of sightings than in the last 12 months. A compelling special report, the year of the UFO.
Tuesday night at 7 on Channel 2.
Colon cancer is now the second deadliest cancer in the country. To help fight this disease, KATU, Legacy Health System, and Bimart are joining together for a 3-week screening project to help detect early signs of colorectal cancer. Tonight, medical reporter Paula Gunnis tells us about the importance of the test for life.
Colon cancer has always been the cancer nobody talks about. But now that it is the nation's #2 killer, it's time the public learn more about the disease. Former President Ronald Reagan helped bring it to the public's attention when doctors discovered a polyp in his colon in 1985. The polyp was caught early before it could turn into a dangerous tumor. In fact, unlike other cancers, colon cancer is 95% curable if detected in time. But it also has fewer early symptoms. That's why this home test, called a Hemocult screening kit, is so important. Hemocult means hidden blood, and the test looks for hidden blood in the stool.
This is an x-ray of the colon with the rectum here, and then the colon comes around here. This is a film taken
By the time many patients see gastroenterologist Dr. William Evans, they are already showing symptoms of colon cancer. Dr. Evans says the home test helps in early detection, the key to fighting colon and rectum cancer.
Our statistics today show that about half of the people who have cancer detected die before 5 years, and that we would like to save some of that 50%, and we think the best way to do it is to get it earlier.
Doctors suggest anyone over the age of 40 get regular screening for colorectal cancer, especially if it runs in the family. And if you're under 40, recommend the home test to your parents or grandparents. 42-year-old Terry Brown's father had colon cancer, so Terry took a home test a few years ago. Still, he wasn't prepared when his doctor said he had colon cancer.
I couldn't believe it. Like I say, I try to take good care of myself, and I just had no idea. It was a real shock.
I'm Paula Gunnis, Channel 2 News.
Now, when you use these home tests and lab results do show blood in your stool, that does not always mean you have colon cancer. Blood in the stool can also signal hemorrhoids or a tear in the bowel. To receive a free test, you may pick one up at any Bimart store in Oregon. You do not need a membership card to go into the store. The tests are also available at Emmanuel Hospital, Good Samaritan Hospital, Holiday Park, Meridian Park, and Mount Hood Medical Center. At Legacy Immediate Care Clinic in Gresham, Good Samaritan Care Center in Tigard, and Good Samaritan Care Center in Milwaukee. And for you Vancouver viewers, tests are available at the Cancer Society Volunteer Center.
An inmate on weekend leave from the Oregon State Pen is accused tonight of taking part in a major burglary ring. The stolen items, including money and jewelry, were on display today at the Multnomah County Sheriff's Department. Authorities believe 30-year-old James Mitchell and several accomplices took part in committing up to 20 burglaries a weekend throughout the Tri-County area. 3 other people have also been arrested in what police are calling a major bust. And according to crime statistics, 1 out of every 4 burglars gets into a house through an unlocked window or door. But even if you lock your doors, Consumer Reports magazine tests show the average lock doesn't stand a chance against a determined burglar. Tonight, Randy Ripplinger has the test results and some recommendations for name brand locks to help make your home more secure.
In these dramatic tests, Consumer Reports experts put dozens of locks and bolts through a series of assaults and batterings to see how they'd stand up to an intruder's force. They hammered the locks. They tried to pry them off with a crowbar. They tried to pull out the cylinder and the key barrel. They slammed the doors with a bullet-shaped pendulum, mimicking a hard kick from a hefty intruder. In many cases, it was the door's wood frame that split under the force. And a security consultant hired by Consumer Reports found most of the locks a cinch to pick. Based on the test results, here are some recommended for security. For doorknob locks, add an auxiliary deadbolt. There are 2 types, cylinder and surface mounted. Recommended brands included several Medico models and one from Securitech. On softwood doors, add a door reinforcer. That's a metal shield that surrounds the door's lock area. This mag install-a-lock is recommended. And you should have a reinforced strike plate like this Dexter Guard-X. To secure double-hung windows like these, Consumer Reports recommended drilling a hole through the sashes where they overlap. Put in a security eye bolt to pin them together. On the other hand, you could get a dog. That's what some 600 convicted armed robbers said they would do to protect their homes. Randy Ripplinger, Channel 2 News.
I think you live next door to that dog, don't you?
Yeah, not the arena dog Clifford. He'd let the burglar on in, wouldn't he, Steve?
Yeah. Friendliest dog in the world, Jeff. In sports tonight, another golf tip. Tonight we work on the slice. We'll preview the Blazers-Lakers showdown and have a complete NBA report. The Sixers stay red hot and Patrick Ewing dominates in New York. Channel 2 Sports is coming up next.
For the people who headed west, the promise of a new life wasn't without some old familiar problems.
You and Scotty take care, Mrs. Perkins.
Thank you, Doctor. Bill Coombsmere just tangled with some barbed wire.
I'm on my way.
Years ago, the fastest line between someone in need and someone who could help were the people of U.S. West.
Hello, Dr. Maxwell's office. Oh, I'm sorry, the doctor just left.
Today, the companies of U.S. West continue to pioneer innovative connections between your time and your needs.
I'm almost there. Just make her comfortable. And Mr. Garcia, I'm running late. I'd like to forward my calls to your stable, okay?
Sure, just hurry.
As always, you can count on U.S. West to help you manage the business of life.
He's gonna be just fine.
Phone call, Dr. Hill.
Mom, Bridget had 5 puppies. Oh, they're so cute.
Nice going, Doc.
U.S. West, making the most of your time.
What's it like to go from deadlines to diapers? Find out when we visit Julie Emery at home with her new baby Abigail, Thursday on Channel 2 News at 5.
After coming into Binion's optical superstore and selecting your frames from thousands in stock, with the help of an eye care specialist, within about 60 minutes, your glasses from Binion's will be ready. Because every Binion's optical superstore has a lab to custom make your lenses in about 60 minutes. And now, there's great savings. $35 off 1 pair, $80 off 2 with these coupons from your newspaper. Get a better look at Binion's.
Cara's dinner combos are back. Start with a delicious sirloin steak and add tender teriyaki chicken. Or Cara's golden fried shrimp. Or our famous chili relleno. The choice is yours for $6.99. Plus, our weekday power breakfast, still $2.99.
That's music to my ears.
Come and see how Carol's cares for you.
Well, the first half of the NBA season closes with a bang tomorrow night. The Blazers and Lakers, with the 2 best records in all of basketball, collide at the Coliseum. Michael Thompson says the Lakers are coming to town with respect for their opponent.
We can't ignore the fact that the Blazers are for real. They made a coaching change. They got their personnel in order, the right attitude they came into camp with, and they picked up Buck Williams, an all-star. So that makes them legit, taking care of those things. And we have our work cut out for us tomorrow night and the rest of the season. It's going to be a dogfight the whole way.
Tonight's action, watch the Sixers' Charles Barkley after the steal. A great effort at the other end. Philly wins its 12th straight. Barkley only scored 16. He sat out almost half the game with a strained leg muscle. However, Philly wins 114-89 over Utah. In New York tonight, a career-high 9 block shots for Patrick Ewing. After this rejection, he sprints to the other end and rattles the roof with a jam. 24 for Ewing. The Knicks beat Miami 116-107. Elsewhere, the Cavs make 20 steals in beating the Clippers. The Sonics won their 3rd straight road game, 101-100 over Charlotte. And the Bullets scored 45 points in the 3rd quarter on their way to a 135-129 win over Golden State. College action, number 6 Syracuse beat Seton Hall by 9 and 10th ranked Purdue 67, Northwestern 60. And the UPI coaches rank Oregon State 17th in this week's college rankings. Oregon State guard Gary Payton won the Bill Hayward Award tonight, being named the state's top amateur athlete in 1989. Clyde Drexler was Pro Athlete of the Year. Rich Brooks Gill Man of the Year. Corvallis star Lorena Woods was named High School Athlete of the Year. And the state champion Ashland football team won the Steve Prefontaine Team Award. The best college wrestlers in the country met at the Coliseum tonight for an all-star gathering. Only one Northwest wrestler involved, and he's Portland State's Dan Russell in the blue trunks. He was wrestling number 1 ranked Dave Schleicher of Navy in the 158-pound weight class. Russell chased Schleicher all over the mat. And when the dust finally settled, Schleicher and Russell battled to a 3-3 draw. Our golf tips continue this week with a look at viewer mail. We're answering your specific questions in hopes of improving your golf game. Doug Magnuson from Corvallis writes, I have an awful slice when I tee off. Well, Doug, you're not alone. It's a common golf problem. Here's Riverside Pro Pat Sutton to help you out.
In slicing a golf shot, the golf club goes back and it opens up. It's supposed to open up. But if we don't turn it back to straight, the ball probably is going to go to the right. When you take the golf club back, we have to rotate our arms this way to get it back to straight at the bottom, so if the club comes in straight, hits a straight shot. The slicer takes the golf club back, doesn't rotate through, and you can see how the club head is. It's wide open. The ball's going to shoot to the right. So in helping you with your problem, take the golf club back, rotate those arms before you get to the ball. It'll come back to straight, and you'll hit a much straighter shot.
Remember now, if you're having a problem with your game, write to Golf Tips, Post Office Box 2, Portland 97207. We'll take your questions to local PGA professionals, and they'll straighten you out with a lesson that you can see right here on Channel 2 Sports throughout the month of February. Briefly tonight, the University of Texas is investigating allegations that members of the Longhorn football team placed bets on college and professional football games. Notre Dame has signed a 5-year contract with NBC to televise all of its home football games. And join us tomorrow at 5 and 6:30 when we announce another KATU Smith's Home Furnishings High School Athlete of the Month. And that's sports.
No need to get teed off about those slices then, Steve.
I guess not.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Here's David to tell us all about the snow.
Well, you know how quick spring can come in the Northwest. It sneaks up on you, but I think that winter has a few more things to say. The forecast, a little snow. That's next.
You scum! I never want to see you again. I hate soap scum like this, so I use new X14 soap scum remover. It's made to get rid of disgusting soap scum. So try new X14 soap scum remover.
I love what you do for me, Toyota. I love how you set me free, Toyota.
Toyota's new 4-wheel drive, 4-door 4Runner for $19.90. Space, luxury, and V6 power. Where you go is your concern. Getting you back is ours.
Through the years, you've never let me down. You've turned my life around. The sweetest days I found with you. Through the years, I've never...
From dishwashers to refrigerators, a KitchenAid will last through the years.
And I'm so glad I stayed right here with you through the years.
A tragic airline crash. A loved one is lost.
and a man dressed as a priest consoled you in your moment of grief.
He had services in which they all knelt down on the floor and held hands and things like this.
He said, I know of an attorney that could really help you. As soon as he said that, the light bulb went on.
Our investigative team tracks a man who exploits people's emotions. Father Disaster, friend or fraud on Inside Edition.
Tuesday night at 7:30 on Channel 2.
Good evening. You have the snowshoes ready, I'm sure, just in case. No, we don't think that much snow is coming, but when you take a look at the satellite picture, there's that telltale sign. You see, as the front goes through, watch this sneaking down out of the Gulf of Alaska. This little cottony area here with a little puffball cotton, that's always an indicator of some very, very cold air that's sweeping in right now, right out of the Gulf of Alaska, and its path, following the jet stream, carries it right into the Pacific Northwest. It's already dropped temperatures 4 and 5 degrees in some areas right along the coast and in through the coastal range. This really looks like a little bit of winter right now. The colder air sweeping in behind the front right now, a little bit of an upper air disturbance following in behind the front. That's going to keep things very, very unsettled throughout western Oregon and later throughout the eastern part of the state. Now, as the cold air sweeps in, we are seeing a lot of weather mixed up in this. The usual predictable snow showers mixed in with the rain, but also up around Astoria and just north of there, we have seen some thunderstorms already. One of our weather watchers, Deanne Matthews, who's right along the Wilson River Highway, no snow yet, but hail and thunderstorms. What can we say? It's February and it's the Pacific Northwest. Also a very wet air mass. Our rainfall amounts along the coast in the past 24 hours have been heavy, and we'll probably see throughout the week more of the same thing. A little lighter in the valley, the coastal range taking out some of that, the Cascades dampening out most of what makes it east of the Cascades, both in Oregon and in Washington. Just a trace amount in Yakima, less than a tenth every place east of the Cascades, but boy, did it fall in Seattle. 95 1/100ths of an inch of rainfall. And I would not be surprised just around the hills around Seattle to even see a little snow mixed in with things there. Of course, when you have a weather pattern like this, well, the roads just get darn treacherous for a while. I'll bring you up to date on those road conditions right now. Now, on Interstate 5 over the Siskiyous, you need to carry those traction devices with you. It's snowing right now. It's snowing on 84 over Cabbage Hill there in Breeze Hill, or Cabbage Hill going down from Pendleton into LeGrand, and traction devices are required there. Snowing on Government Camp eastbound on 26, traction devices required. 97 pack snow, carry them. Santiam Pass, the Willamette Pass, it's snowing. In fact, it's snowing rather hard there, and traction devices are required. And now, westbound, Wilson River Highway, it is snowing now, and traction devices are advised. And on 26 West, the Sunset Summit, already an inch of new snow, and it is snowing there. Carry those traction devices. Here's the current conditions in Portland right now. It's 37 degrees, the humidity up there, south winds showing it's getting a little stormy, and the barometer 29.97. Our forecast, and of course as we do, we're taking a look at a picture just a few minutes ago up on the skyline when the snow was really coming down. Here's those forecasts right now on the Washington-Oregon coast, a snow advisory in the coast range. We could see about 5 inches of snowfall there. Southwest Washington, look for rain, snow showers, thunderstorms. We've got it all right here, and you get it for the same price, no extra charge. Rain or snow showers in the valley, we could see 2 to 3 inches up in the higher hills above 800 feet. In the Cascades, we do have a snow advisory. We're going to see a lot of snow tonight, maybe a half a foot. In the gorge, a mixture of rain and snow, but mostly snow. East side, the same thing, rain or snow mixed in, becoming more snow by morning. And then for local area, it is rain or snow showers. We may see 1 to 2 inches up in the higher hills tomorrow, so even with that high of 44 tomorrow, be careful during the traffic.
Should we keep doing our homework, David?
Unless you live in the high hills. Those of you who have not done your homework, you may regret it.
Okay. Thanks, David.
Well, coming up on Channel 2 News, an Irish setter almost sets a world record when it comes to young pups.
The most popular lift this season just might be the Isuzu Trooper. Because now, with factory incentives, the savings are really piling up on the versatile Trooper and rugged 4x4 pickup. Test drive one today, and for a limited time, we'll give you an all-day, all-night ski lift ticket at Ski Bowl, America's largest night ski area. So hurry before it all melts away. These great savings in this special Ski Bowl lift offer are only available at your Greater Portland area Isuzu dealers.
Not all prisons have walls.
You're in a city, you can't read the street signs. You're lost.
Not all prisoners wear uniforms.
He can't take a bus. He can't read where it's going.
Not all escapes make headlines.
Teach me to read.
Jane Fonda.
I'm good at.
Robert De Niro.
I'm good at getting the right teacher.
Stanley and Iris. Rated PG-13.
Starts Friday at a theater near you.
Grandma, how can we get watch TV at your house?
Honey, I just can't afford the programs.
Dad said when he was a little boy, TV was free.
It sure was, back in the 1990s. Of course, even then, some people paid, but we had a choice.
Did you pay?
No, your grandpa used to say, free TV is the biggest bargain around. We didn't know then just how right he was.
Free TV should never be just a memory. Call this station for more information.
Don't you understand what I'm trying to say?
No, I don't
am sick
understand.
and tired of you telling me what to do.
If you could calm down and treat me like...
I don't want to be calm. I want to get this solved. I want this solved right now.
She hit you numerous times during the argument.
That's right.
And you did not hit her back.
Telling me to do things like that.
For over 2 million men, this is the painful truth. They are being physically abused by women. Where can they turn? Find out as AM Northwest talks with battered men. Thursday morning at 9 on KATU.
Finally tonight, if you think your pet is a handful, what if you suddenly had to take care of 21 dogs? That's what happened in Texas when an Irish setter named Abby gave birth to a near-record number of puppies. The proud mother just had a litter of 20. The world record is 23. The owners say they had a hard time trying to count the puppies after Abby's 9-hour delivery. Baby bottles are being used as a support system for feeding. But now the hard part, the owners only want one pup. Jeff, want some dogs?
Maybe there's a 1-800 number to San Antonio, Texas. That's our news, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Have a good evening. Good night, everybody. We know you're short on time and can't always get home to catch Channel 2 News at 5. That's why we're here.
Life in the fast lane can still leave you stuck in traffic. That's why we've adjusted our schedule to be at your home the same time you are. With a half an hour of local news you need at a time other stations ignore.
We can't stop the clock.
But we can give you news at a time that's right for you.
Okay, 7.
How to improve your sex life tomorrow at 9.
As department stores scramble to bring in the hottest designers' newest fashions, they've lost sight of a simple fact. Many men don't want to spend $455 on a suit. And while the Men's Warehouse offers the same manufacturer's suit for $335, a lot of men want a suit for less. That's why the Men's Warehouse has a great selection of top-quality suits like these for under $200. I guarantee it.
The Men's Warehouse, Beaverton, Clackamas, and now open in Salem Center.
Today, fathers are nurturing competent and caring people who develop strong bonds with their children. They share the role in raising their children. When these bonds are cut, the father and child are both hurt. If you've been recently separated from your child, there is something you can do. Call Howard G. Binns, an attorney advocating fathers' rights. If you have questions or concerns involving custody, visitation, or support of your child, please contact Howard G. Binns, 243-2570, 243-2570.
At Sid Dorn Chevrolet, it's our first buyer's choice sale of the 90s. You choose rebates to $2,000, half payments first year, $90 down, no payments till May, or 6.9% interest. Your choice might be this 90 T-Top Camaro, $90 down delivers, and payments are only $149 a month. At Sid Dorn Chevrolet Geo, it's your choice. We're at 8150 North Lombard.
Hi, I'm Sid Dorn. Buyer's choice is a Dorn good deal.
Show your support for the Oregon Symphony. Be a part of this year's Silver Silhouette, the 25th anniversary fashion show to benefit the Oregon Symphony Orchestra, Thursday, February 15th. As a guest, you'll enjoy a formal fashion show of the best new looks for spring 1990, as well as a pre-show luncheon. Show-only tickets available at all Nordstroms, or for ticket information, call the Oregon Symphony Women's Association.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. It's a sports challenge. Some of you people are acting like it's a fishing trip. Somebody tell me what's going on.
Enter the Channel 2 Sports Challenge at Standard TV and Appliance or Gentle Dental.
If your name is chosen, you'll take on a member of the Channel 2 sports team.
Steve, we thought this was just for fun.
That's what they're supposed to think.
The Channel 2 Sports Challenge, Fridays on Channel 2 News at 5.
It's grand opening week at Kilroy's in Woodburn. Save hundreds of dollars on your new Silvercrest home and another $1,000 in options free. You'll see more homes in comfort in 20 minutes at Kilroy's award-winning show of homes than you can see in 5 miserable hours of driving around. Every Silvercrest model home is furnished, decorated, and temperature-controlled. Silvercrest, a super good sense manufacturer. Find your way to Kilroy's on 99E in Woodburn and find your new home.